Hello. So I've had 2 story requests. I will do one today and one tomorrow. The first one is about para surfing and what this means, what this looks like, and how athletes actually are able to do this. It's a really good question. It's one of the ones I had. And then the other one, stay tuned for the stingray story because it's a good one. And Nisha, you'll be able to add to the story as well, I'm sure. So, as far as Team USA, I think I mentioned in another video that Team USA parasurfing is not officially part of the Olympics yet. So we are hoping to be voted in to the 2032 Olympics. And there's talk of trying to at least do an exhibition or something in 2028 in LA. But that's not for sure or even really confirmed. That's just rumor as far as I know. Would that be awesome? Yes. So if anybody, the powers that be, have the power, we would love that. So as far as competitions, there's a few competitions a year. I believe it's 4. And athletes are required to fund all the competitions. Some entry fees might be covered by USA Surf. I think only one from what I've heard. I could be wrong about that, so nobody quote me. I'm still learning. But as far as travel, as far as hotel, as far as food, as far as comp entries, all of those things, we as athletes have to cover those things. So as you can imagine, for anyone, it can be a barrier to participation, let alone coaching and any kind of training. And that's what I'm running into the most. I'm in Oregon, and obviously there is the Oregon coast. But a lot of the instructors out there are, doing this for a living. So they need to get paid. And that is expensive. And for somebody who is like me, visually impaired, cannot go out on their own in the water. So I need a guide. I need a sighted guide with me to not only keep me safe, first and foremost, but also to be able to call waves, because I cannot see far enough out to determine what's a good wave or a bad wave when we're in the ocean. And so I am running into barriers as far as finding someone who is basically willing to maybe not volunteer their time, but instruction up here, from what I've seen in Oregon, it's anywhere from $150 to $250 per hour or per session. And if I need to get out on the water weekly, obviously that's a big barrier. So that's something I'm coming up against. But then also just general conditioning and strength and all the things that we need to do and pay for, along with equipment, new boards, all the things, is stuff that we have to cover as athletes. So this is one of the big barriers, and it's not a gripe. It might be a gripe. I'm not sure. But disabled athletes oftentimes don't have the same funding and resources as non-disabled athletes. And so we obviously are trying to level that playing field as much as we can, as well as hoping that sponsorships are equally as serious about us being athletes as the able-bodied athletes. That all comes from support from spectators, and we see this across the board, whether it's women's sports or disabled sports. The equity piece is big. So we're trying to change that. I don't want to be negative Nancy, but there just aren't the opportunities there are for able-bodied athletes in the disabled community. So I'm really working to find flight sponsors. I'm fortunate, and I'm really trying to figure out how to barter or trade services, since I am a corporate trainer around disability awareness, and hoping to try and do some trades for flights or trades for whatever somebody might be wanting, or what I need to offset some of those costs. But yeah, it's all up to us, and that is challenging and a barrier for sure. I can do a lot of training on land, and I'm trying to work on that, like I mentioned in one of my previous videos, around getting a surf skate, which is like a skateboard that mimics the surfing motions, and doing bottom turns and top turns, etc., so that I can practice and get stronger on land. But otherwise, I have to get out to the coast, and I don't have a squad yet that knows me, that would be able to guide me on the water. I'm hoping to build that community even here in Oregon, even though it's freezing. But definitely in San Diego, I have a few people down there who are awesome and willing to go out with me occasionally, but everybody has lives. Shocking, I know. And so I'm really trying to figure out how that works and how I can really get in the water and perform at my best, because I do take this seriously, and I want to get better, and I want to perform like an elite athlete should, and all the things. And I'm a single mom, and I have a house, and I need to work, and all the things. So that's really the story about that piece, and the funding. Sponsorships and that type of stuff a lot of times are for nonprofit organizations, not as much for individuals. So if the donation was to US Para Surf, that's different than if it's to an individual. And so it's challenging. It's challenging for sure. Just had a meeting with my financial advisor to see if there's any way I can squeak out money now versus later or anything. But, this is something I'm serious about. So I'm really trying to do what I can to find the resources, as well as keep life going. And so that's where I'm at with that. So I've had a couple questions about that. And then tomorrow I will tell you about the stingray, because I think every surfer needs to be initiated. And that will be the cliffhanger for today. So everybody, get out there, chase your dreams, enjoy your day, be safe, do what you got to do to be safe and healthy. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.